Good evening, everyone, and welcome to an unboxing stream. Typically, Tuesday nights are via QMK porting stream, so we may still do that depending on how long the unboxing and my opinions take. But yeah, before we get started, let's get to some port. I know we're not doing porting with ports, but since Tuesday is really the only days that I drink, so here we go. Drinking the same stuff that I've been drinking the last 3 Tuesdays, I guess. Ranger XML subscribing with Prime. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, let's turn on some tunes here. Let's go with the jazzy playlist. Here goes. Yeah, this is my Kirkland Signature Tawny port. Stuff that you can purchase from Costco. Let's see. Now that I've drank this quite a few times, I can say with high certainty that this might be a Taylor Fladgate rebottle. Dark King Silver says Yukio thinks you're cute. Aw, how sweet. There we go. Let's see how long this will last me. But here we go. As you guys can see from the topic of the stream title, I will be unboxing my latest acquisition today, and that is the KBD67 Lite. You can actually see what's in front of me right here is the KBD67 Mark II RGB V2. If you guys caught my review and all that, you know that I haven't been too excited about this, you know? So it's like, I've been trying to look for a replacement. Couldn't find it in the NK65EE, so hopefully I'll find it in here. Let's see, Sumex Redeemed Hydrate, thank you very much. Let's see, Hosnall says, hello, Mr. Merlin, hello to you too. Btran says, used 1 bit, thank you very much. But before we get started, I do have a special announcement to make. I have partnered with a new vendor. Who is that new vendor? That new vendor is another local retailer, local to the United States, I mean. But that vendor is Divinikey. If you guys have never heard of Divinikey, they're located down in California. If you execute the !Divinikey command, you will see my latest URL and discount code. It's basically just divinikey.com/wizard or discount code wizard at the checkout process, and you can get 5% off your entire order. But yeah, just want to talk briefly about their site. Like, I've known about them for a while, but I didn't actually make my first purchase till about 2 weeks ago, and I was quite impressed with their shipping time and with their product selection. See, so for example, if you go to keycaps right here, they have quite a few items that are available through KBDFans as well. Actually, I think they might be a wholesaler for KBDFans. But yeah, not everything is in stock, but the stuff that I did want was, such as this guy right here. I picked this up 2 weeks ago, EPBT ABS Blumen for 69 bucks. You'll also see stuff like, here, a Japanese EPBT set. This one's in PBT. But what really impressed me about this was they also sell keyboards, right? Also sell keyboards. And check this out. You can purchase a KBD75 for 170 bucks all the way from California, right? You've got your choice between black, gray, silver, light gray, dark gray, silver, and red. Pretty cool. You can do brass plate as well. Oh, quantity, only 2 left. And if you're looking for, you know, like a numpad kit, there's one there too. And a Tofu 65, pretty much well stocked. They also have a variety of linear switches, such as Gateron Black Inks, some of the newer Palm Durocs, which I picked up. Review coming soon, actually. And what else do they have here? They've got lube as well. See? Of course, my preferred lube seller is actually keyboardlube.com, simply because they are local here in Seattle. Right here. you can go to keyboardlube.com for them. But yeah, this is my newest vendor as of a few hours ago as well. So if you guys like to support them and support me, definitely make your purchases through them using the Wizard discount code or that URL that I linked earlier. So yeah, the next thing that I personally want to buy on their site is this one here. Another key set. I want to purchase this one. Enjoy PBT teal keycap set. Waiting for it to go back in stock, but as soon as it is, I will make my purchase. There we go. Stationary Bird says NP Crayon. Yes, NP Crayon is there too. Let's see, I saw it earlier. It was... where was it? You know what, I'll just do a search. Crayon. There we go. 69 bucks. You'll save 5% if you use discount code WIZARD. Look at that. Pretty decent set. So yeah. Anyway, if you guys are interested, make your purchase there. Save yourself some 5% as well. But tonight, as I was saying, we are opening the KBD67 Lite. This is a board that debuted on KBDFans last month, which you could pick it up for 109 bucks. It is a gasket mounted ABS case board featuring the KBD67 Mark II RGB PCB. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. I'm surprised that I held out this long. I literally picked this up yesterday and I was like, should I open it now or should I wait for the build stream? I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait for the build stream just so that all my reactions tonight will be my first ones, you know? See, Donut Pat says, NP Crayon so pretty. Stationary Bird says, just like you. You guys can exchange Discord numbers later, okay? But yeah, here we go. Let's unbox this. Let's give myself a little room. Take out the board. And just from the initial experience, this is probably the nicest KBDFans case that I've received. Usually it's just in... Actually, let me pull out the case that this guy came in. This guy came in this case, and how you see it right now is how I received it. It looks really beat up. Not much protection inside, to be honest, so yeah. Seeing this new case, this is a very big improvement. You know? So just on that alone, I'm impressed with their packaging. Alright, let's go open it up. Whew. Deathcore Buddha says, curious if there will be issues on the case like the NK65. Oh man. Alright, let's see what does this guy look like. Ooh, some packaging foam and... Oh, whoa! Guys, it's an actual carrying case. It came in a carrying case. Check that out, dang. That was unexpected, wow. Okay, this was a board I picked up for 109 bucks and it has a carrying case. You know, quite a few customs in the $300, $400, $500 range don't even come with a carrying case. So wow, that is unexpected. Let's see. Yeah, this is great. Oh my gosh. Product case said it would include a carrying case. Okay, I must have missed that. But yeah, this was not expected at all. There we go. Look at that. It's got the KBDFans logo engraved on it. See that? Pretty nice. Yeah, so just unfeeling it right now, it's not like a TX case. It's not going to protect your board too much if you drop it. This is a really good case though. B-Tran used 1 bit again, thank you so much. Alright, here we go. Let's open it up. Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Okay, The zipper also doesn't go as smoothly as the TX cases or any of the Canon keys cases. So here we go. Ooh! Oh wow! This looks pretty. Okay, so they've got the stabilizer, the stab band-aid mod stuff. All the necessary hardware, I assume. And yeah, this is the white one, as people are saying. Comes with the USB cable, coiled USB cable. Here we go, let's see. What does this say? No. The following conditions are not covered by warranty. Oh, interesting. They're including this now. USB port loose or drop. What does drop mean? 2, the hot swap socket loose or drop. Oh, it like drops off. Okay. Diode loose or drop off. None of those are covered by warranty. Interesting. Okay. I feel like those are things that would typically happen during shipping though, so that does suck. Ranger says, KBD starting to try and get in on the RamaWorks game. Zaki says, hey Merlin, hello to you too. There we go, this is the white one. And it is hella light. It is super light actually. Let's look at that. Look at that board. Looks pretty good if you ask me. Okay. Okay. I will definitely be swapping out these stabilizers. I think these are just your generic cherry ones. So I will replace them with Durock V2s. Oh, there we go. KBDFans logo right there. If you guys can see it. No, my lighting doesn't really give a flattering angle. Which Tanja says, are you going to build it today or just unboxing? I'm mainly unboxing it and answering questions. I don't think I have a full evening to build it tonight. Let's see. Katsu the doggo says, don't install the rubber feet, by the way. Okay. I will remember that. What key set am I planning to match with it? I don't know, actually. Okay. Let's take a deep dive to how it looks. Maybe the screws aren't really screwed in tight, but it looks like there are gaps in the middle here, but it's fine here. So that would imply that there is some warpage with the bottom case. The same can be said here. Let's see if I can push it tighter. There we go. Maybe it's just loose screws. Who knows? Yeah. I think that's a... Is that a PC plate? I think that's a PC plate. Donut says NP crayon would look nice on it. I agree. I agree. What do you call it? Yeah, I quite like how it looks, to be honest. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Alright, let's take it apart and test the PCB. Just make sure everything works as intended. But yeah, look at that. This is pretty neat right there. Looks assembled, building is installing switches and keycaps. Typically, that's what you would need to do, but I always caution people that whenever you are building a hot swap board, it is best to support the back of the socket while you put switches in. And the only way to properly do that is to actually take it apart. So that's what we're gonna do. We are going to take apart the board. Let's see, are these screws hex or what? Or they look like hex. Is this a silver one? No, this is the white one. But here we go. Looks like they included the correct tool. So let's use the correct tool in here. There we go. Let us use the correct tool. Take apart the board. Let's see what else we can find. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Katsuda Dogo is another streamer. He actually streamed a full build of the KBD67 Lite, I'd say about 10 hours ago. So if you guys want to see a full build, definitely check out his channel. Nifty tools, not quite the same as my iFixit kit, but it will do. It will do. Actually, you know what I want to know? I want to know if these are magnetic or not. So let me pull out my iFixit kit. Where did I put it? There it is. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, man. Okay, that was not magnetic. Screws are not magnetic. Oh, actually it is. There we go. How is the carrying case that came with it? It is surprisingly good, though don't expect TX keyboard quality or anything from like Canon keys. It's still a relatively thin case, but it should do the job. An alu plate would do well with this. Yeah, probably. You know what? I think I'm just gonna use my iFixit kit. Got the same thickness right there. Yes, it is. Actually, no, it's not. Plate mount or screw and stabs. These look to be screw and stabs, but no matter what they are, I will be replacing them with Durock V2s. Simply because I have had my fair share of popped stabs. It's never a good feeling. Even if I am more than capable of taking apart my board and rebuilding it, it still sucks, you know? So I'd rather do it right the first time. What keycap sets am I planning on getting in on this month? If you guys caught my group buy video on Sunday, which actually aired on YouTube this morning, you'll see that I want 3 sets in particular. One of them is EPBT Be The One, EPBT Ramen Stop, and the third one is possibly Divinikey Veneer. Furzan says, thoughts on hand wiring keyboards? I think it is a very tedious task, but if you're trying to learn how circuit design works, how a keyboard matrix works, it is a very good practice tool. Diego says, just built this yesterday, easy build. One of my stabs was popped actually, so do check them regardless. Alright, those screws are kind of difficult to remove. These top 2 right there. Do I have a preference between Durock stabs versus C3? I greatly prefer Durock stabs simply because they have metal inserts where the screw goes in. That's a lot more durable than the C3 stabs, which don't. No love for EPBT Soju. It's definitely an interesting set, but I'm not sure I could buy it. Especially since I'm already in on 3 sets. Things get a little pricey. If you guys caught my news stream, to join every single ending group buy this week alone, from Sunday night 1/31 to this Saturday 2/6, the total amount of money you would need is $5,226. Yes, that's US dollars, and you still have to factor in shipping, customs, and taxes. But yeah, this hobby is just getting more and more expensive. But C3 comes in pretty colors. I can agree with you on that, but pretty colors isn't going to make me any happier when my wire pops out, you know? Donut says only 5,000. Yeah, only 5,000. Chump change, right? If every one of you subscribes right now, I might be able to join every group buy this week. Let's see. Alright, let's take it apart. Oop. Right, that's the top part. Look at that. Okay, this makes me happy. I was a little concerned that the plastic would not have metal inserts like C3 stabs, but no, as you guys can see, the top plate where the screws go in, I guess is like the top half, not necessarily the top plate, but there are metal inserts. Very good. That's pretty awesome. Let's see, and here we go. Here's the plate that the PCB connects to. And of course, prying it off makes the gaskets come along with it. Midnight Bomber subscribing with Prime. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, here goes. Okay. Yep, this is confirmation that the PCB uses a KBD67 Mark II RGB V2. This is the same PCB that's in my KBD67. So yeah, there we go. And yes, confirmation that these are indeed screw-in stabs. Unfortunately, these screw-in stabs do not have any washers in them. So if you are concerned about shorting your board, that may be an issue that you are worried about. All right. Donbro says, "Yo, Merlin, yo to you too." Pretty cool. And the gaskets seem to be attached to the plate directly. I feel like I could like pull them off though, so that's fine. Look at that. Here we go. This is the bottom of the case. It comes with its own foam layer. As you can see, the foam has cutouts for each of the hot swap sockets. Look at that. And then you have a bottom case here. Pretty cool. There seems to be a large cutout there. I wonder if that's a plan for future Bluetooth support or something. That's where the battery would go. Maybe. Interesting. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let's see if we can take off this plate, right? Should be able to take off the plate. Oh, look. Plate is screwed in. Plate is screwed into the PCB. So that was actually one of my biggest complaints about hot swap on the KBD67. You need the screws to have proper support for the hot swaps, but that also makes it feel really stiff when you're typing, you know? So hopefully with the plastic plate versus the brass one that I had before, the typing feel won't be too much. Right here, let's go take out the PCB. Take out the PCB and check it. Let's just check everything here, make sure everything's working. 109 USD is not a lot, indeed. This is in terms of pricing, it is a direct competitor to the NK65EE and the Portico, I guess. Akep says maybe try not using standoffs. Yeah, that is probably the next attempt here. So yeah, this is not a build stream, this is a take apart stream apparently. So my plan is if this board doesn't feel good still, I'll probably try and get the soldered PCB and swap it out that way. Yeah, while I'm doing this, feel free to ask any questions about this board and I'll try my best to answer them as I take it apart. Alright, let's see how this looks. Take off the plate. Alright, the plate is off. There it is. So one side is matte and rough, and the side facing the PCB is smooth and shiny. Interesting. Very cool. Do we need to take it apart to replace or mod the stabs? Yes, you do. And earlier someone was asking about the dampener. There is indeed a dampener right there. See that? That is the dampener. Look at that. Not bad. That's actually pretty heavy. That's heavier than the plate. That is... Wow, that's actually probably... I'd say this is the heaviest part of the board. Nice. Alright. Here we go, here we go. Okay. So, let's see. They've got the ESD pads right here that you're supposed to connect to the plate. But since the plate is not metal, it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Let's look at all these stabs. I had some suspicions based on some help requests on KBDFans that the stabs weren't built correctly. But mine seems to be fine so far. Yeah, all of them look like they're built correctly. Good. Cool. Alright. So far, so good. Okay. Let's see. Let's test a PCB. That's what we should do. Test the PCB. For those of you who don't know how to test a hot swap... Ooh, that's so bright. Okay, for those of you who don't know how to test a hot swap PCB, no, I do need my other keyboard, actually. I do need my other keyboard here. Let's actually do it this way. Let's connect this guy there. And this guy here. Alright, we are going to test it in VIA. Come on, VIA, open up. There we go. There we go. So now this is the problem, because both PCBs are identical, so they're called KBD67 Mark II RGB V2, regardless of which one. So which one is which? Here, let's unplug my main board. There we go. It's detecting the correct one now. Okay, so the way to do this, the way that you want to check your board is to go to Key Tester and click Test Matrix, or Toggle Test Matrix. Flip your board around like so, grab a tweezer like so, and just begin to short each of the pads. So I just realized I probably shouldn't use the tweezer because I can't make it that wide. I can use a spare wire, actually. Scott Waters says if you select test matrix, it will only allow key presses for one of them. That's fine because they only have one plugged in. So let's see. Will my PCB work completely? Maybe, maybe not. Uh-oh. And, oh, there's that one key, so that's A, S, D, F, G. For the G key isn't bad. There we go. Everything works, everything is good. Whew, okay. Couple things I wanna test out as well. Well, maybe not test out, but point out. This PCB has ESD protection. It's got that ESD protection chip right below the USB-C port, so that's good. The other thing that I want to check out is these ESD pads. These ESD pads are supposed to be connected to ground, so I will be using a multimeter. A multimeter just to verify that those pads are indeed connected to ground. Because if not, that would be interesting. Okay, where is the ground on this PCB? We can probably pick... okay, microcontrollers. The pin seems too short. Let's see, what's another ground I could do here? Do I see ground anywhere? There should be some breakout pins. Where? Oh, here we go. There we go. I see ground. Ground is that very first one over there. So here we go. Let's check. Kyoto Keyboard, thank you for resubscribing. Thank you. Here we go, let's test. Is this connected to ground? It is not? Okay, how about the other one? Okay, okay, so keep in mind I am not a PCB designer, but in my head the grounding pad should be connected to ground, and right now I am demonstrating that that is not the case. Right there. See, look, right. Okay, I'm just assuming that that's ground because it's labeled ground GND. So if I put one lead there and I touch something else that's supposed to be connected to ground, I should get a beep, but that's not the case, right? Okay, just to be sure, I'm going to probe another ground here. I'm gonna have to probe the ground on the microcontroller. So let me just pull up, oh, I need that keyboard again. Let me pull up the Atmega 32U4 pinout. Atmega 32U4 pinout. Where are you, ground? You are... Here, let me just pull this here. The ground is gonna be pin 43. Okay. I can do that. I think I can do that. I'll try. Alright, so ground is definitely connected to the microcontroller's ground. Okay, but not the grounding pads. So either Maybe I'm not understanding how the grounding pad is connected, but in my head, it should be. Hey Jude says, is the board VIA ready? Yes, it is. It is pre-flashed with VIA. Okay, someone earlier said... Let's see. Someone said I should do... Oh, Burgers Lateral says, shell of the USB connector should be ground. Okay, let's just double check. The shell of the USB connector is not the case. That is not true. Maybe one of the legs of the USB port. Alright, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it is definitely grounded to the legs of the USB port. You guys can see that, but not to the ground of the microcontroller. So maybe there's a reason why a PCB designer wouldn't make that all the same. Like I said, I am not a PCB designer, but maybe I can ask someone who is later. All right, I think I figured out all I want to find out on this board. Yeah. So microcontroller ground is not connected to USB ground. Correct. Based on what I'm finding here. Is that a correct design or is that an incorrect design? I don't know. It's just an observation. Alright. I did say that I will not be using these stabs because these are your typical Cherry GMK stabs, so I'm gonna take them off and say goodbye to them. What switches am I planning to put on? I'm actually gonna put on Gateron Blacks, simply so that I can compare it to my existing KBD67, because between these two boards, this guy and this guy, the board I like best will be the one I keep, the one I like the least will be sold. So yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. Meanwhile, I will just get rid of these. Oh look! They are actually clipped. Lubed and clipped. I'm just going to take off all of these so that when it comes time for me to actually build these, I won't have to worry about taking them off. Alright. Yeah, I'll be using these with Durock V2s. Come on, screw. But I unscrewed you. Kyoto Keyboard says, can I ask a QMK question? You can, but if it's any more than a quick answer, like I can't help you out here, you know? I'm trying to stream a keyboard build or a keyboard unbox, take apart, you know? Are there side gasket foams like the D65? I don't know what the side gasket foams look like, but the only gasket that it comes with is this one right here. Do Alt and C codes work correctly in VIA? Honestly, I have never tried. There we go. I have removed All of it. All the stabs. These stabs can go away. I can just throw them away. But here, let's go put the board back together, right? So I guess this will turn into some kind of a build stream. Alright. Now I'm looking at this right now, and it's a very Swiss cheese gasket of sorts. I guess they do want to keep the same part even for the soldered board. Go. Put that all in. That's a very flexible piece. Flexi plate. I wonder if KBDFans will ever release the plate files for this, because I'd be interested to actually have a brass plate in here. A brass plate or even like an FR4 plate. Hey Jude says, can you combine dot and shift question mark on VIA? You mean like once tap and once hold? Yes, you can. There we go. They plan on having ISO options in the future. Okay. Yeah, I would love to have an FR4 plate. Yeah, I know, right? So hopefully they'll release plate files. I'd love to have one cut. Since the ESD pads don't fit, ESD pads should fit. So yeah, if you're just tuning in and noticing that I don't have stabilizers, that is intentional. Because I'm not building this board tonight. This board will be built probably at a later time. I do all my builds on a Saturday, and sometimes on Thursdays if I'm feeling like it, you know. I try not to solder too much in like 1 week. So yeah, we'll try and build this board sometime in the near future. I am still waiting for my switches anyway, so it's not like they will get here by then. Let's see. Yep, got all the screws in. There it is. Very cool. What switches? Gateron blacks. Just regular Gateron blacks. The same that are in here. I will still need to lube them though. Basically trying to make a identical build to this guy so I can figure out which one I like better. And I have a strong feeling that it'll be this. All right, let's see. Yeah, I strongly suspect that this will be like a battery compartment at some later time. You suspect 67 Lite will sound better than the 67 Mark II? Yeah. I think there are a few videos out there already. Oh, interesting. I noticed that the cutout has a cutout for the reset button, right? You guys can see that reset button, right? Cutout for the reset button, cutout for the microcontroller. But there is no cutout on the bottom for the reset button, so that's kind of useless. It's kind of useless. Drill a hole in it. Yeah, because it's ABS, right? So it should be relatively easy. Okay, for some reason that didn't feel like it lined up properly. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. Now it lines up. And I do have to point this out again. Where the screw goes in, there are actually metal inserts. So you're protecting the plastic case against screws. Twitch Snake says, can't have it all? You mean I can't have it all for $109? What the heck? How dare I expect so much from a custom board, from a custom budget board? There we go. All right, let's put the rest of the screws in. What colors are the KBD67 Lite? There's white, and there is, here, let me just pull it up. Here we go. There is white, and there's this clear smoked plastic. Do that? But I got the white one. That looks like the alley board, but when you knock on it, it sounds plastic. Well, here's the telltale sign, right? Look. See? Oh, wait, I'm not even showing my screen here. But look. See? Definitely looks like the alu case right there. Looks almost identical. The difference is that there's no weight. Right? Even the screws are in the same position. From the top down, it looks identical too, to be honest. See that? Yeah. Same, but different. Yeah. Same, but different. That's the best way to put it. But still the same. Yes. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about this board, I will try my best to answer them all based on the current knowledge that I have. But yeah, not building it tonight, just doing an unboxing. I do have other tasks that I want to do tonight though. And for some reason the screws are hard to put in. Drop test, no thanks. Don't want to drop this board. Oh yeah, it's like, I'm very curious to see how it sounds and like how it feels. So yeah, I might build it sooner rather than later. We'll see though. We'll see. Time permitting. Will it blend? Everything will blend. Yeah, like get this. I'm not a fan of the KBDFans Comic Sans script right there, right? I would much prefer if they were consistent and did this font for the KBDFans, or even that. But at this point, there are 3 KBDFans logos. You don't prefer that Comic Sans either. Yeah, I know, right? And I'm pretty sure Comic Sans isn't any cheaper to mold in. At least it's very subtle. I know, right? Like at this point, you can barely see it. They got lazy with the Comic Sans. Better than Papyrus font. That's the OG KBDFans logo, is it? I didn't know that. But here, okay, get this, guys. You know what? We could do... I wonder... Since it's in the same screw positions, right? I wonder if I could mix and match. I wonder if I can have a metal top and a ABS bottom. I wonder if that's possible. Huh. See, Donut says try it right now. Why not? Why not? Let me just clear off my desk a bit here. Get some screws out of the way. But yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's mix and match. Let's have a KBD67 Lite with aluminum. Okay, which one should I try first? Should I do aluminum top, plastic bottom, or actually it doesn't matter because it's just gonna swap around for both of them. So let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's unscrew it again. Here goes. For science. For keyboard science. Alu bottom, plastic top. Okay, so get this. I don't think that the PCB with the plate will fit in here. That's my only issue. But we won't know until we try. Like, I don't want to force it either, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's my drink tonight? I am drinking my Kirkland Signature 10-year tawny port. One of my favorite ports to date so far. Alright. Did I get all the screws out? Yes, I did. Okay, let's put this on the side for now. Okay, once I open this up, I should know if they fit or not. That's the thing. Oh, it's a different thread, or at least that head is different. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look at that screw. The screw actually looks identical, other than the metal is actually longer. The aluminum one has a longer screw and it's a different head, but in terms of thickness, it's the same thickness. Yeah. Okay. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. I just won't screw it all the way in on the plastic. We'll see. For the sake of science. Does anyone else on stream have both of these boards? I'm curious. Does anyone else on stream have both these boards? Merlin doing magic, here we go. I need a wow stick. You only have one of them? Alright. Alright, here we go. I have all of them out. Yes, I do. Watch it not work and you wasted like 10 minutes. Hey, you guys are still watching though, right? Alright, here we go. I have a feeling that, yeah, having the metal bottom isn't gonna work. Just because there's nothing for the plate to actually rest on, but hold on, let's... Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, see? Because they've got these metal inserts. Actually, hold on. Yeah, that's not gonna work. See, they've got these knobs here, right? These, I don't know what these are called. Dimples, I guess? Metal dimples, metal rivets that are supposed to go into the bottom of the top that the plastic piece does not have. So we can't do that unless you shave them off somehow. So that part's not doable. How about the other way around? Alignment pins, there we go. That's the term. How about the other way around? Let's do the other way. Let's do the other way. Maybe? Yeah, that won't work either. And also due to alignment pins of sorts. Primarily this portion right here and these pins on top. They're not letting this sit flush. Yeah, it's not doable. It's almost, right? Almost, see? I could fake it. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Worth a try. Donbro says, why is your logo different on the KBD67 Mark II? These are the first ones that they made, so that's probably it. Brass plate and light. We tried, but nope, did not work. It was worth a try. Worth a try for science. Let that be confirmation that you cannot mix and match both products. You said, "Rip, waste of time." Was it really a waste of time? Because now you have new information. Donut Path as well, so it's true. Someone had to do it. Yep. And apparently I'm one of the few people who have both the aluminum and the plastic variant, so there. Yeah. Let's see. Any other questions you guys want to ask me about the new KBD67 Lite? In terms of the PCB, it will work identical to the KBD67 Mark II. So yeah, nothing too different on that front. I can't do like a weight comparison here simply because I've got a fully built one and one that's not. How light is it? I think the specs on the website say... What do the specs say? Nope, they don't have anything there. Does anyone happen to know? It's definitely a lot lighter. I weighed 616 grams. Thanks. Thank you, Katsu. With keycaps and switches. Ah, okay. That works. As far as I know, Katsu's the only other streamer who's built one. It is indeed light. Light on the wallet and light on your desk, I guess. All right. One KBD67 built. Let's put together the other one. Boop. 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 And let's see, is that? That's a decent thickness. That's fine. I feel like you could still add extra foam. Oh wow, check out that flex, guys. You can see the PCB flexing. Here. Let's bring it up closer. Uber flex. What foam size would you think will fit at the bottom? I don't know, maybe like another 2 millimeters or so. You just have to cut it in like small parts so that it fits in those little compartments. There we go. There we go. Doesn't sound hollow. Yeah, it really doesn't sound hollow, to be honest. That's not even built yet. So Katsudogo, now that you have one built, what are your initial impressions on it? Do you like it? Do you think it's a win from KBDFans? You have to reverse calculate the budget. Other than that, pretty nice entry board at its price, to be honest. Yeah, that's seeming to be the case. $109. That's a very good price point for a gasket mount board. Like, wait, we've got the NK65EE at what, $95? We've got this at $109, and we've got the Portico at like what, 119, I think. I wonder what other vendor will I come up with one. Oh yeah, there's the Bauer Lite. There we go. There's the Bauer Lite. Don't know when that one will come out or at what price. Ramakara 160. The Ramakara is an HHKB board. It's not a 65% like those three. Icky68. Oh yeah, there's that one. And there we go. I just rebuilt the boards, took out the crap stabs. Here, you know what? Let's take a look at KBDFans lubing. How about that? Let's take a look at how well KBDFans will lube. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, they do clip and lube. These look clipped properly. I can't really detect what kind of lube it is. Can't really smell any different, but it seems to be dielectric grease. Dielectric grease or some other silicon-based grease that's on it. Let's see. Let me look at it. Ah, okay. So the KBDFans lubing of stabs, they only lube the wire, but they don't lube the housing. There is no lube on the housing at all that I can see. So what they probably do is they just lube the wire with a lot and they shove it inside the stem, because not even the stem has lube on the sides. Okay, so that's the space bar. Let's take something like a 2U here and check it out. The 2Us are all clipped and lubed still. Good. Let's see, am I gonna see the same issue here? Let's look. Yep, same issue. They do not lube the housing, just the wire. Okay, so that is the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. But this actually explains why some people who have come up to me and said, hey, KBDFans built my board. How come it still sounds so rattly even though they said they lubed it? This is probably why. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna throw this out. Throwing it out. At least not drop level lubing. Yeah, probably. Still, it's bad, you know. It's bad. Like, I get it. If you want to buy Durock V2s, they are fairly expensive at this point. Expensive because they're about, like, for a full kit to cover this board, you need to pay 1/4 of the board's price. So yeah, here, let me... Yeah, just be throwing it out later. But here, let's continue our reverse build here. KBDFans. Yeah, this case is pretty interesting. I like it. Let's look at this cable right here. Woo! Okay. Not bad. So, I'm looking at this cable right now, and I'm seeing that the housing for it is super thick. Super thick. Compare it with my other cables. Where you can see this one's extremely thick. From experience, this is probably not gonna fit on some boards. And the board that I'm thinking about is... Where is it? Here we go. Here. The board I am thinking about is the Romeo. The Romeo from CFTKB with the P3D store case. So yeah, just looking at it right now, it doesn't look like it's gonna fit. Yep, it's blocked. Doesn't go in at all. Let's see, what else? What else? Actually, I know. It's for my Volcano 660, it won't fit either. And in certain recessed USB ports, it's gonna be that same issue. So yeah, in my book, that is a crap cable. Alright, let's see. So thankfully this board already has all of the screws. So all these screws that you see here, I think these are all just extras. Extras. Oh look, they've got those ESD pads. Even though you won't need these, because the plate is plastic. But if you do decide to change them out to brass or something in the near future, definitely keep these. What else? These are the feet. So Katsu Dogo earlier mentioned that I should not put the feet on. Question is why? Why should I not put the feet on? Does it change the angle drastically? Any of that sort. It'll flex too much when you put them on. Oh, really? Interesting. So maybe I'll put it on if I get a brass plate. I'll do that. And here we go. These are KBDFans Band-Aid mod strips, which I always recommend not doing the Band-Aid mod. So yeah, I won't need that either. Alright. Static H says, cool to see them put the card in there that shows to check the bent pins, and it also tells you what is under warranty and what is not. Silk Seb says, should I remove the feet from mine then? That depends. Like, according to Katsudogo, he did not like the flexible nature on it. But if you're fine with how it feels, then it's fine. It's fine. There we go. Let's put that all in. There we go. That's a pretty nice case. Here, let me... See, look. You can actually push the case in. So this is unlike other cases that I've seen. Let's compare it to this case here. See that? This is from the Iron 165. So the top still flexes, but there's not much to push in. Whereas this one, you can push it all the way in. I can actually, oh, here we go. You can actually feel the top of the keyboard right there once I push it in enough. Alright, so here we go. See, this is an Iron 165 case. Let's see. Look at that, it's got that foam on top as well. Very well protected. Then it's got that thick foam as well. So yeah, definitely not as sturdy as the fancy cases. But I think for like what it is, it's pretty decent. Especially when your board is this light, you don't really have to worry too much about it. See, I'm not sure if KBDFans sells this in different sizes, but this one looks specifically molded to fit a board of this size. But yeah, I really don't like this. The zipper doesn't really go very smoothly. See, Donut says, Merlin has an Iron 165. I'm jealous. Yep, I've got one. Fabi says, if just Durock stabs, it's fine, right? I always recommend Durock V2s. That's the current best stab in my opinion. Donut says, I will trade a cat-sized wizard hat. Nope, trade denied. Sir Mr. Positivity says, iron case is for protecting your foot in case of drop, not the board. Fair, fair. Katsu says blame YKK for the zipper. Is that a YKK? Can't see it. Yep, you're right. It is YKK. Static says, I find that their TKL KBDFans carry case with an Alice layout board. Very nice. Matt Gee, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. But yeah, looks like we're about an hour into the show, or actually it's been over an hour at this point. Does anyone have any other questions regarding the KBD67 Lite that I have in front of me? Any questions regarding its perceived quality, its structure, or whatever? I'll try my best to answer all of them. Did you try weighing it? Katsudogo actually had the built weight. He said it was like 616 grams or something. Is the foam in the case permanently messed up like that? Let's try fixing it. Let's try fixing it, right? Let's try fixing it. You know what? I can actually take out the foam. I can take out the foam. seems like you can take it out. There it is, see? It's just... That's what the foam looks like. Alright, so I assume it's probably the same case, but they have several different types of this. Yeah. Let's try and fix it up. I tried. There, let's just keep bending it up a little bit more. That looks bad, I know, right? Oh, there we go, see? Looks better. See? See, doesn't that look much better now? Alright, if you guys receive your board and it's messed up, send them to me and I'll give you the Mech Merlin service. I'll make it nice and straight again. Maybe a little heat. Merlin magic. There we go. See? This is only doable if you have magic fingers like me. There we go. Rock says, I wonder which is the better buy, this or the NK65. I also have an NK65EE. I'm not gonna be able to tell you my complete opinions until I've got this built. But just on experience alone on how everything comes together, I actually quite prefer this board over the NK65, which is a lot to say, because when it came to the Alu version, the Alu version, I preferred the NK65 Alu over the KBD67 Alu. This or the Portico. The Portico looks like the ideal board on paper. So with that said, we have no prototype units, we have no direct experience with it, but on paper, it looks to exceed this. But we shall see. Yeah. Man, there's still that bend on top. I'm gonna try and fix it up a little bit more. Let's push it in. There we go. Slightly better. Slightly better. Let's put all the components again. NK65EE wins for color aesthetics. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I think if you still want to buy one, only the fire one is left. All right. Portico talks the talk, but they don't always walk the walk. That is a very good point. So we will see once actual units have made it to people. There we go. Yeah, but once I build this board, I will be comparing it to the NK65EE. What the freak? What the heck? This case sucks. Well, in terms of the zipper, it sucks. There we go. Okay, just know that the case will give you problems with the zipper. But maybe I should try lubing the zipper with 205G0, and that will solve all my problems. Alright, See, we're about an hour and a half in. If no one has any more questions, I do want to give a short conclusion of the board. See, based on my initial reactions, what problem can 205G0 solve? It can make the zipper feel much better. That is a joke, by the way. Please do not do that. The whole build is scheduled for Saturday, not this Saturday. I have a customer build this coming Saturday. But yeah, just in conclusion, based on my 1.5 hours of experiencing this board, of unboxing it, taking it apart, and semi-putting it back together, my initial reactions are that this is a very good budget board. For 109 bucks, it feels great, looks great. My PCB worked out of the box. Unlike this board. What else can I say about it? It's very light. It surprisingly looks really good. The dampener looks fairly high quality. Stabs suck though, so if you have the opportunity, change the stabs. What else? Oh, if you want to mix and match parts between this and the aluminum, it's not gonna work either, so don't try it. Case seems rather nice, seems relatively well protected. Just don't expect that the zippers will work as nice as some of the higher end cases. What else? KBDFans sent extra screws, which you won't really need because all the screws are already on the board. Katsudogo says the microcontroller ground is not connected to USB ground. That is correct, but the ESD pad ground is connected to the USB ground, so that should be good. I will need to chat with other PCB designers to see if that is a correct implementation or not. Not sure. I'm not a PCB designer. I am mainly on the QMK side of things, so I will talk with Gondo probably. Dr. Gondo Lindrum or IO3 or any of our community's PCB designers. But overall, I think this is a good build for the price. It's good for starters as well. If you guys remember, the NK65EE is built with also plastic, but as a hot swap board, you need to support the back, right? Just to make sure that the hot swap sockets don't pop out. With the NK65EE, once you take it apart, it is next to impossible to put it back together. Whereas with this one you can take it apart rather easily by removing 8 screws, so you can support the hot swap socket while you put switches in. Everything's just fine. So this is more, I'd argue that this is more newbie friendly than the NK65EE, though the NK65EE does look a lot better. There we go. So yeah, thanks guys for joining in. I'll make an announcement on my Discord server whenever I'm building this, but I'm expecting to build this probably maybe in 2 weeks time. That should give me enough time for my switches to get here and time for me to lube them. So yeah, keep an eye out for announcements. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. My next stream will be this Thursday. I'll be accomplishing maybe some QMK VIA stuff and probably lubing some switches. So until then, thanks guys for joining in. Catch you next time. Have a good rest of your week, rest of your Tuesday, wherever you are, and I will see you when I see you. Good night guys.